It's time. It's time for Ask Bubba. Giant veggie questions, mostly pumpkins, but we also do long gourds, watermelons. But I'd like to invite you guys, I'd like to invite you to like and share the videos and comment. We're going to have our April 1st giveaway, giving away giant pumpkin seeds, also some Dairy Dew products. And right here, I have a lettuce sandwich. This is a lettuce sandwich that we grew in the pandemic. If you'd like to check out our pandemic indoor gardening, for the first time, Bubba's growing vegetables indoors, start to finish, along with my giant green pepper. We'd like to invite you all to join that. Check out the pandemic playlist among the other playlists, watermelons playlist, tomato playlist, giant pumpkin playlist, all at Keep It a Secret Home and Garden. And don't forget, like the videos and please share and join us. Join us for a lettuce sandwich. And Ask Bubba coming right now. All right, who has noticed the little Elvis on each thumbnail of the Ask Bubba videos? There's been little Elvis posted on each thumbnail. So today we're going to offer you a chance to win some seeds. If you like and share this video and then go back and comment on each one of those videos where Elvis is on that thumbnail, on that video, there's 3 of them, then you will be entered. In next video, next Ask Question Bubba video, I will announce the winner of the Josiah Brandt seeds. All right, now off to the question room. Please join us. All right, let us get started. All right, question 1, Stu Banks. Recently, I've heard discussions on rising boron levels and the benefits to do so. You know, calcium is a truck and boron is a delivery theory. I always felt it best to keep boron levels low, but now wondering if this theory might have any merit. Just wondering what your thoughts on this. Well, I got to tell you, Don Barron has shared information in the past with us about adding a little trace of boron to every watering. Now we know Don is a master on growing heavy pumpkins. So listening to Don, and that's something I didn't follow real closely, didn't know if it did at the time. This is several years ago that he shared this with us. But now looking back at Don's history of growing heavy pumpkins, yeah, a slight trace, like we're talking like a teaspoon of borax. Borax is 11% boron. So you put a teaspoon of borax in like 200 gallons of water in every feeding. Now, first I'd though do a soil test. Make sure your soil test that your boron's either low or moderate or not real high. If your boron's on the high side, you might want to go maybe just a half or quarter teaspoon in 200 gallons. It doesn't take much. Too much boron can wipe you out. But I really like anything like that. Trickle feeding. Benny Meyer grew 3 world records in one season trickle feeding. I think anything that you trickle feed is a dynamite idea. So Stu, yeah, I'm on board with that. In fact, I will try that this season. I'm going to be real on board with that. I'm going to give it a go. All right, so thanks for asking that, Stu. And also, remind you guys, get your seeds. Get your seeds if you want to help support the channel at worldwidegiantgrowers.com. Like and share the videos. Our next question is Deborah Matson. In the summer, could you show a little more about casual gardening like squash and how to grow a decent number of large tomatoes for eating? I think it'd be interesting to see this. Hey, you know what? We're going to do exactly that. We're going to have a community garden series this summer with the Dairy Dew products. And we're going to grow all kinds of vegetables. And I'm going to have some actual community gardeners out to the Mitchell farm. And we are going to do a lot with that. So thank you, Deborah, for asking. We are going to be on board with that. Please join us. And don't forget, you guys, the Dairy Dew products. April 1st, we're going to give away some products. We got here, I'm going to grow your 5.46 Clements Domingo seeds. My goal is 12 pounds. I like your spirit. That's the spirit, Deborah. 12 pounds. Go get them. You got to think big or stay on the porch. Don't worry if you get a little egg on your face. Marv Mitchell used to tell me, hey, Mark, you don't want to look funny. Get a little egg on your face. I'm like, Marv, that's okay. You gotta have the confidence to knock the ball out of the park. Okay, Growing Giants with Scott. Your video is 13 minutes and 17 seconds long was another great seed of mine. Great video, Mark. All right, thank you. Thank you, Growing Giants of Scott. Yeah, I appreciate that. One video coincidentally ended up at 13 minutes and 17 seconds long, and that was my probably my most favorite pumpkin of all time, is my 1317 Clements. All right, now we'll move on to 7-shooter. I would likely need, or was that 7-shooter making that comment? I may have the order here mixed up. I will likely need to be out of town for a week in July. What portion of July is the least? What portion of July is the least critical to attend to the pumpkin patch? All right, this I believe is Josh. Yes. Yes, Josh. I would say the first week of July. For me, I'm usually just setting fruit, getting the fruit positioned. They're usually like cantaloupe size, maybe a big cantaloupe by then, and you're getting them positioned. I would think that'd be get them on their mats, get sand under them, get them positioned. You could be gone for a week. I wouldn't really want to be gone. You know, that's a bad week to be gone. That's the bad week to be gone. If you're still in that, so depending on the size of your fruit, once you get your fruit up there about 150 to 200 pounds, where you got it nicely positioned, then you could leave town. Then you could leave town, be gone for a week. I hope you got somebody watering your plants. That's a long time if they go without water for a week if you don't get rain. So you need to have, I used to have my buddy Mike come down and water the plants while I was gone. I wouldn't be gone more than 3 or 4 days. Never could leave my babies that long. But yeah, it's more not what week of July, but what size is your fruit. Get your fruit to 100 pounds minimum before you leave town. All right, there's the answer to your question. Great tips. Let's see. Any tips for what to use on a squash bug? Squash bugs, I tell you what, if you're going to get rid of squash bug, you're going to have to get tough. You're going to have to do some Tal Star, some Warrior. If you're using chemicals, if you want to go natural or organic, good luck with that. You better get out there natural and organic. Flip every board and rock around. Stir them up, drown them in insecticidal soaps, pick them up. If you want to do it natural. If you're going to use chemicals, Tal Star, Warrior, there's a lot of stuff out there. You got to spray it, get down there and spray down low. Get contact with the squash bug. They're down low, hiding under boards and stuff and under dead leaves. Keep your dead leaves and stuff on the surface cleaned up. It's where they hide. That's a good way to deal with them. And then Ryan Cook, when growing inside, I have my LED lights set up as well as heat lights, but my peppers are getting leggy. I have the LEDs about 8 to 10 inches above. Should I go closer? Yes, you probably should go closer. If they're getting leggy like that, that's telling you to get them closer. With the LED lights, it depends on what watts they are, at what distance they will be. You can actually Google that. You can Google that and say, hey, LED lights, how close to my plants? And it's going to tell you. I believe it's at 250 watts is like 8 to 10 inches. But yeah, if they're stretching, you need to get closer. It's in Clint Dyson shared some info with me about holding your hand down. Hold your hand down below the light, and right where you can feel that heat, and then the heat starts to disappear, that's right there. It's about the distance you want to be. You want the top of the plants at that just where that heat starts to disappear. That's where you want to be. Thanks, Clint, for the pointer. Do a shout out to Clint Dyson out in California, and thank you for that tip. All right, and then here's a question I threw in myself. When to start seeds in my region? That is a huge question. I'm getting asked that a lot recently. Hey, when do I start my seeds? When do I start my seeds? And even with regular vegetable seeds, it's all about the 30-day forecast. For me, I cannot decide when I'm going to start my pumpkin seeds until April 1st. April 1st, I will make a decision. Okay, if it looks like it's going to be a warm early spring, then I'll start my seeds like April 10th here in Michigan. If they say, no, it's going to be cold, looks like snow, it's going to drag out, looks like, who knows, unpredictable, I will probably hold off and maybe not start my seeds till April 15th or the 20th. The earliest I've started them is April 10th in Michigan. But it really has to do with, it varies each year. Each and every year it varies. When do I start my seeds? I've seen people on regular garden pages saying, hey, when do I start my cabbage? When do I start my broccoli? When do I start this, that? Well, you know what? Every year is different. First, we got to get the frost out of the ground before you start anything outside. First things first. And that can vary as much as 30 days each year. It could be a 30-day difference. So there you go. I'm kind of rambling on. I want to thank you all for watching the videos and joining us today. And remember, leave your comments. April 1st, we're going to have a big giveaway. Dairy Dew is sponsoring the channel again this year. I want to thank Dairy Dew for sponsoring us. We're going to use their natural and organic products. And we're going to grow out to Mitchell Farm this year. So I even heard a rumor we might have a giant pumpkin way off out there. Could be a GPC. It's not official yet, but I heard a rumor. So we're trying for that. So anyways, thanks today for joining us. Remember, keep it a secret, but go tell a friend. Bubba's sharing garden and home fix-it tips around the world.